Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Pisces for the upcoming week of February. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Everything that you need to know about my videos and the reading is in the description box below, so please check that out. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I appreciate your support and I appreciate your return. For those of you who are unfamiliar, this is Carmilla, my son's bird. She's joining us for your reading today. So for all of my viewers, I do also want to remind you that this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. My first intention is always to reach as many people as I can who need the message the most and who will potentially benefit from the message. With the upcoming holiday of Valentine's Day, I did set an intention of being hopeful with receiving romantic love readings, some messages of love and romance. However, this is the last of my set and only 3 of them ended up being romantic love readings. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for you, Pisces, but whatever message comes through is the message that will come through. Okay, Pisces? So we're going to get started. I want to give this deck one more shuffle and then we'll see what's going on for Pisces this upcoming week. Here we go. All right, we're going to start off with the 10 of Cups. That's a good start. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse. The Moon. The Wheel of Fortune. The 8 of Wands. 7 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, and the King of Swords in reverse. So I feel like you've got the 10 of Cups on your mind. You might have, be hopeful for something really positive coming your way, whether that be a relationship or something else that will bring you a significant amount of joy and happiness and fulfillment. But I feel like maybe things didn't go your way as anticipated. There might be something that you're not sure about or some unknowns, or maybe you feel like you don't have clarity on the situation. You might be hopeful for some communication. I do feel like this is pertaining to a relationship. We have the 6 of Cups out here. 6 of Cups can indicate soulmate connection, somebody that you have a long-standing relationship with, possibly somebody that's come back from the past, but this can indicate somebody that you're very close to. This can be a romantic connection, but it can also be other kinds of connections, family, friends, co-workers, even if you're connected to somebody in that manner in the workplace. It's paired with the King of Swords in reverse. So this could be the person that you're dealing with. King of Swords in reverse can be a harsh, cold individual. This can be somebody who's very cruel, somebody who's very intelligent but maybe uses their words in an abusive manner. This could also indicate just somebody who's not communicating or not communicating well. So this could indicate the person that you're dealing with, or it could be you. Remember to be flexible with the energy. If this reading does resonate for you, Pisces, you will know it, and you'll also know who you are in the reading. So let's get some more cards on the table and see what else we have for Pisces. The Fool in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. Judgment. Four of Wands in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Wands in reverse. The Two of Swords. And the Hermit. Clarifying the King of Swords. So I feel like the King of Cups, King of Swords may be the same person, the person that you're dealing with. I feel like you're feeling a little skeptical about this connection, or maybe about this person's intentions toward you. I think that there's definitely a connection with this person, but you might be separated at this point in time, or you might be lacking communication. This person feels like he could be distant from you. And I also want to remind you, you know, the sex of the cards, the gender does not matter. So you can embody this kind of energy even if you're a female. The King of Cups is somebody who is distant or emotionally disconnected, somebody who might be emotionally unavailable or just not willing to express himself. I feel like you're desiring some communication with this person. But right now you may be blocked from this person, or maybe you are deciding to keep your distance. You might feel a little defensive about communicating with this person. And so I think you're hesitant, maybe feeling a little cautious or even scared to approach them or contact this person or initiate some conversation. I think things in the past maybe didn't work out for you, or this person wasn't very receptive to your communication. And I think that it's puzzling you a little bit. You might be feeling in the dark or kind of wondering why this relationship doesn't feel maybe as stable as maybe it once did in the past. Let's get some more cards on the table. Let's see what else we have. Strength. Nine of Wands in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse again. Same set of cards. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Cups. The Two of Swords, again, this time in reverse. The Ten of Cups again. And the Ten of Wands again, this time in the upright position. So there's a sense that the person that this King of Cups, King of Swords, feels like someone that you have a long-standing connection with. Possibly somebody that you've experienced Ten of Cups kind of energy, fulfillment, love, joy, happiness. There's something about this that feels like right now there's separation between you two, or a lack of communication, or a disconnect. And I feel like it's because of the King of Cups, King of Swords. He might have distanced himself from you. I think you want communication with this person. I think this person potentially is a Two of Cups, possibly romantic connection to you. But there's separation or distance between the two of you right now. And I feel like this person's feeling defensive. Or it could be vice versa. It could be you, or both. I feel like you're feeling a little on the defense. Possible things in the past weren't working out for you. Maybe there was some conflict, and maybe at some point you gave up on this relationship or decided to take a break from one another. But the connection remains strong, and I think that there is a considerable amount of hope. But as it stands right now, it feels to me like you might be feeling defensive about reconnecting or testing the waters at this point in time to see if you can come back together, or maybe reunite or repair maybe some conflict that happened in the past. I think there's a need for communication, but there isn't communication right now. Feels, Pisces, like you might be this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And I think that at this point in time, you're feeling a little bit confused, maybe in the dark, as to why this king made a decision to separate or disconnect at this point in time, and why things are unstable. You might be unsure what the motives are behind this king's either refusal or disengagement, refusal to communicate, connect, or some kind of disengagement or disconnect. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, especially in this deck, can be somebody who has removed herself from a situation that's not equal give and take. And the Queen of Pentacles typically can be like a mothering type figure, someone who is very nurturing, compassionate, and loyal. If she's in reverse, this can indicate somebody who's overly mothering to the point of smothering, or could be someone, again, who feels like she's not receiving what she's putting into the relationship. There's a lack of equal give and take. And right now, this relationship feels like it's on unstable ground. Like it might be a little shaky. And I think you're confused by that, or at least that's what the cards are indicating right now. There might be some confusion surrounding this connection and why this king is being so distant. Ouch, don't bite my ear. We have the Ten of Cups twice on the table. One of the Ten of Cups is clarifying the Six of Cups. The other one is clarifying strength. So I feel like this connection is still very strong. This relationship is still very solid. Right now, there just seems to be some disruption or something that's driven a wedge between you two. That's caused you to feel like you have to be separate. Kind of, I feel like you've kind of taken a stance of protection or defensive mode. Maybe there was a conflict or exchange of words that wasn't so pleasant, and I think that this king, again, this king feels like there's something he's got on his mind, and I think that the burden rests on his shoulders to come forward, because I think he's got something on his mind or something that he's dwelling on or trying to figure out for himself, possibly related to the connection or just something that he's dealing with personally. But it does feel, Pisces, like you are keeping your distance and feeling a little bit uncertain about whether or not to approach this king and try to mend things. I think right now, based on what I'm seeing in the cards, this king is not ready for communication, is not ready for a for reconciliation or a reunion of sorts to work things out. So I think he's still trying to figure things out on his own. But I think he's left you in the dark. I think he's left you wondering what the heck is going on. Which probably has you a little confused, maybe even a little upset. I would be if someone left me in the dark like that. Pisces, I would be. Okay, let's see what else we get. We've got strength again, this time in reverse. The Knight of Wands in reverse. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Pentacles. The Magician in reverse. The Devil. Ace of Cups in reverse. And the King of Cups in the upright position this time. So I think this king has the relationship on his mind. The Magician in reverse came out clarifying this King of Cups in reverse. To me, this indicates somebody who could potentially be emotionally manipulative within this relationship. And we also have the Devil in this set of cards. But the Magician in reverse can indicate somebody who's a trickster or somebody who is manipulating a situation. People can use their emotions, their words, their actions to manipulate. And because of this, I think that, again, you're feeling a little defensive and have removed yourself from the situation for the time being, because this is not a healthy situation to be in right now. And until this situation alleviates itself, or until this king kind of changes his stance, I think it's probably best. And I think you determine that maybe you should stay away at this point in time. Because he does have emotions on his mind. I think he is working through some emotional things, probably connected to you. And right now he's not capable of or not willing to communicate in the manner that he needs to in order to resolve the situation, work on things with you, or make things right, or all of the above. I think you're feeling like you're at a loss right now, maybe feeling a little bit uncertain about where to go from here, because if he's not approaching you and you feel like you've been kept at a distance, I think you feel like you're at this point where you want to give up, or you want to let this go, because he's not making an effort to work things out or make any moves in the right direction. So there's a lot of feeling cautious, maybe even feeling a little nervous or scared regarding the situation and or the relationship itself. Are you eating my hair? It feels like you're taking chunks out of my hair. I don't want you to do that. I feel like this king, at least at some point in time, maybe have told you that he's giving up this relationship or moving on or letting this go for now. The Page of Pentacles in reverse can indicate somebody who gives up or feels like they don't have what it takes to continue forward or get the job done. The pages are immature energies, inexperienced, let's get one more round of cards out here for you, Pisces, and see what else we can get. So we have the Empress and the Three of Pentacles again in reverse, clarifying the Three of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Ten of Swords. The Moon again. The Ace of Swords. Chariot. And the Three of Wands. So honestly, Pisces, what I'm seeing is I think that you just want this king to come to terms with what's going on, and I think he's keeping you in the dark. I think he's keeping you in the dark as to why he's behaving in this manner, why he's emotionally unavailable to you. I don't think he's willing to talk, but in order to keep this relationship going, that's exactly what needs to happen. Not only does he need to be willing to communicate, he needs to be willing to communicate in a mature manner and take action one way or the other. But it feels like he's kind of left you in the dust and left you feeling unsure about the situation and wondering why he made the decision he made to drop this, give up on this relationship, or at least release it for now. Maybe this person ghosted you. It feels like a long-standing relationship, which is kind of a unusual thing for someone just to drop everything and take. I don't know if this person did that, but I feel like you're very confused about why this relationship has become unstable, why it isn't what it used to be or what you thought it was at one time. And I don't think this king is being very clear about his intentions, feelings, or motives. And I think he needs to make up his mind, if I'm being honest. He needs to figure out what the hell he wants and where he's going with this, because the ball is in his court. And I think you would just like to know one way or the other. Are you going to make a decision? Are you going to be mature about this? Are you going to take action? Make a decision one way or the other how you feel about this relationship and whether or not you're loyal and you still have intentions on maintaining this relationship and moving forward with it or not. Because I think if you don't, if he doesn't have those intentions, it's fair for him to say what he intends and what his motives are for not being around or not being willing to communicate. Because this is what you had or have or will have once this king comes to his senses. And honestly, I can't tell what's up this king's butt. I can't tell what's going on with him or why he is feeling the way he is, or where this toxic energy is coming from, but he is needing to release himself of this, come to terms with what's happening, and face the music. Make a decision one way or the other about where he's headed, what he's doing, and what his intentions are when it comes to you, Pisces. Feels like you've been patient with this individual. I think the Empress energy is your energy. And I think you're feeling very cautious and maybe a little nervous about where you stand. Empress energy is very nurturing. This is a very grounded individual, somebody who's very loving, loyal, and compassionate. This is somebody who's very mature. And this is what you have. At least this is what you've had in the past. I'm not sure if this king feels like he can live up to this kind of energy and maybe give you what you need. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he doesn't feel like he can provide you what you can provide him in the relationship. That there is this feeling that he is unable to meet those standards and make this happen. So let's get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card for you, Pisces. See if we can't get any more information from Spirit. Maybe some words of wisdom or some advice on how to move forward with this situation. Maybe whether or not you should approach this person. Based on what I'm seeing, Pisces, this person is not in that approachable state of mind. I don't know that this person has a clear understanding of what they want out of this relationship. He does have the King of Cups in the upright position. I think that he wants this relationship, and the 10 of Cups twice, the 6 of Cups. I mean, this is something that's been established over time. There's definitely a relationship worth working on and saving and going back to. And I think he knows that. So I'm not sure what happened or what this king is dwelling on. Or maybe there was some incident that he's having problems forgiving himself for, because I do feel like maybe in the past he was manipulative in some way, or emotionally unstable, possibly emotionally abusive, disconnected, unable to provide what you were giving into the relationship. And maybe he's the one feeling a little insecure and feeling like he can't, again, uphold his end of the deal when it comes to being in this relationship with you, Pisces. Let's get a card for Pisces to finish up this reading, Spirit. I think, too, at this point in time, you might be considering ending this if this king doesn't come forward and express what his intentions are, because it remains unstable. And again, I feel like you've been left kind of cast aside, and you're ready to bring this to a close and to come to some kind of conclusion, reconciliation. Some kind of action needs to be taken. Maybe you've tried in the past, Pisces, and this king has been unavailable or unresponsive to your... Okay, I had a card fall out in my lap, so I'm going to take this one. We have emotions. It sounds probably will apply to this reading. Where are my glasses? Okay, excuse me a minute. I've got to grab my glasses. They're on the other end of the table. Okay. So the emotions card is, it's got a long description and a long meaning, and it can be applied in a lot of different ways. I mean, I'm sure it'll resonate based on what this reading is all about, and I'm sure you can take it a lot of different directions. It's one of the 8 influence cards, and it's one of the major arcana in this deck. The major arcana are a little bit different. So these do read a little bit like advice cards. So I'm going to read this for you, and I will display this in the upright position. Okay, here we go, Pisces. The emotions card is the 3rd of the 8 influence cards and represents the influence that our feelings, emotions, and emotions have upon our choices and decisions. The positive feelings and emotions that have the most influence upon us are love, joy, gratitude, peace or serenity, hopefulness, inspiration, amusement, pride, awe, and curiosity. We also feel a range of negative emotions, with the primary examples being fear, anger, disgust, jealousy, sadness, regret, loss, and hate. The key message of the emotions card is that feelings and emotions are neither good nor bad. All are necessary, and each and every emotion we experience has a positive and negative element to its nature. Positive and negative exists in all that influences us, whether it be a single thought, belief, experience, or an emotion. When you hold a simple unmarked magnet in your hand and look at it, can you tell the difference between the negative pole and the positive pole? No, you cannot. In the same way, negative emotions are indistinguishable or two positive emotions. Negative is the polar opposite of positive, and like many polar extremes, these do not denote good or bad. They are simply the opposites of each other, and both poles are necessary for us to function in a whole and healthful manner. Sylvester, no. Sylvester, sorry about the cat noise. Sylvester. No. Sorry about that. He's going to meow for a little while. He'll quit, I promise. Without experiencing the weightier emotions we have come to associate with pain and discomfort, we become so positive that we become us, that we become complacent and ignore the danger signals and warning signs all around us. We may become so busy laughing and having fun that we walk right off a cliff because we are not paying attention and didn't see or sense the oncoming danger. It is the emotional response we have after the fall that has us learning and laughing it off or choosing to blame or condemn. Would you feel anger over your carelessness, blame someone else for not having put a large sign up warning of the danger, or would you laugh and take it as a reminder to be more cautious in the future? The emotions we feel give lightness or weight to our thoughts, beliefs, and perception. They give them power. We are told that positive emotions open up our focus and inspire us to be curious, to learn and retain information. Negative emotions focus and narrow our attention to ensure we deal with an issue. But feelings of joy can blind us to warning signs, just as anger or fear can blind us to opportunities and experiences that will bring us joy. They say love is blind, and it can make us blind to the many things we should address but are afraid to, because to do so might place our relationship at risk. While we may experience anger when somebody crosses our boundaries, that emotion can serve us by providing the impetus we need to end a toxic relationship. In the same way, fear can serve to warn us of impending danger, which in turn can keep us safe from harm. When we feel regret, we are offered the opportunity to realign our values and to set goals and act on them. When we experience jealousy, we can see it as an invitation to look within and address neglect within ourselves or a lack of imbalance within our relationships. In these and many other ways, negative emotions can have a positive influence by helping us see what is amiss in our lives and even how it can be addressed. Emotions, both positive and negative, and the positive and negative aspects of each emotion itself, can have a great influence upon our decision-making process, depending on the emotional imprint that it is made with each experience. The emotions we feel play a fundamental role in the retention of memories. Encounters that leave us lukewarm are likely to be forgotten, while those that stir up intense emotions will be remembered for much longer. If those emotions are repeated from one experience to the next, they can give rise to set emotional responses that impact on our present. They can also give rise to a belief that the repeated experience will generate the same emotional outcome. If you experience intense feelings related to a particular event, for example, the intense fear mingled with excitement that you would feel if you were to parachute out of a plane, it is unlikely that you will ever forget that feeling or the moment that inspired it. However, an activity as mundane as hanging out your washing on the clothesline is not likely to be associated with any feelings intense enough to be remembered in great detail in the future, unless you were abducted by aliens as you hung your undergarments out to dry. Oh, that's funny. Our emotions help us evaluate our experiences. From there, we use those emotional evaluations to see and weigh our options, make our decisions, and guide our actions. Our emotions, in themselves, are neither good nor bad. It is how we manage them and allow them to influence our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions that bring us low or has us shining bright. Well, there you go, Pisces. I think that you're dealing with an emotional situation that could probably go one way or the other. But what I'm seeing in the cards is that this king has some things that he probably needs to come to terms with. I think that it is definitely his responsibility to relieve himself of this toxic energy that he's dealing with and come to terms with how he's feeling about this relationship. Because I'm not sure that he knows right now. And based also on what I'm seeing with the 10 of Cups out here, 6 of Cups, it feels like this relationship is strong. It feels like there's significant potential. But again, the responsibility lies on this king's shoulders. So if I were you, Pisces, and I'm just telling you, giving you some advice based on what I see in the cards, I would give this king a chance to work on what he needs to work on, come to terms with what he needs to come to terms with, and allow him to approach you. If you do approach him, maybe send him a simple, quick message or a note in the mail or whatever, and then allow him to come to terms with how he wants to respond to you and where he wants to go from here with regard to your relationship with him. So I hope that this reading helped you, Pisces. I hope that it gave you something to think about or confirm some feelings that you were feeling. I really appreciate you joining me. If this reading did resonate, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. I do respond to those. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye, Pisces. Take care.